God says, a 7 trillion miracle check was just rejected by your bank today. Jesus is begging you to open this message within 10 seconds to save the deposit before it is returned to heaven. Don't tell anyone. This is not a joke. Listen carefully. You are standing on the edge of the biggest miracle of your life, and if you scroll past this or take it lightly, you may lose something that will never come back. Heaven just released a miracle worth 7 trillion, but the bank of your faith rejected it, not because you aren't worthy, not because it wasn't meant for you, but because you hesitated, because your heart has been so used to delay, disappointment, and spiritual rejection, that even when I, the Lord your God, place divine treasure into your hands, you don't know how to receive it. Do not walk away. Do not ignore this. If you miss this moment, you may miss your shift, your healing, your breakthrough. Comment, Amen, if your heart can still believe. The check was yours, with your name written in glory. Heaven's signature was already on it. Angels were ready to deliver. But when they reached your doorstep, they found a locked gate of doubt, of fear, of delay. And now my son Jesus is pleading before me, not for himself, but for you. He is saying, Father, don't send the miracle back yet. Give them one more chance. Let them open their heart and listen. Let them receive what they begged you for in the midnight hour. Child, this is that second chance. This is that final extension. I am telling you this myself. Listen until the end. There's no time for small faith anymore. You've cried too long. You've prayed too many nights, asking when things will change, why nothing moves. But I tell you today, the check was not denied because you didn't pray. It was rejected because you didn't believe it was finally here. You've asked me for signs, and I gave them. You asked me for confirmation, and I sent it again and again. This message is the last sign. This is the final confirmation. Jesus is standing in front of the treasury of heaven, holding a miracle with your name etched in gold, and asking you to believe again, to trust again, to stretch your faith one more time. Comment 1111 if you believe this is not just for anyone but for you. I don't want to bless you halfway. I don't want to give you just enough. The check I sent wasn't for a piece of the promise. It was for the full amount. 7 trillion worth of favor, healing, open doors, reconciliation, restoration, financial overflow, protection, and peace. That's what was rejected. Not a small hope, not a tiny blessing, but a life-shaking miracle that would have shifted everything. And I'm still willing to send it again, if you're ready to open the door of your faith wide this time. Can you stretch your heart to believe that I would love you this much, that I would prepare such a gift just for you? This is not a message of guilt, but a wake-up call of grace. You are not being punished. You are being pursued. Heaven is chasing you down, because what is inside you cannot go unfulfilled. The assignment on your life is too big to fail. That's why the enemy has been attacking you so violently. That's why your mind has felt heavy, your sleep disturbed, your joy delayed. It's not random, it's warfare. Because he saw the check, he saw the release, and he panicked. He thought if he could distract you long enough, discourage you deeply enough, you would miss the delivery. But not this time. Not now. I am the Lord your God. I do not lie. I do not tease my children with false hope. If I said I would bless you, I will. If I said I would open the windows of heaven, they are already open. Your name was called in the courts of glory. Your tears have been collected in golden bowls. Every sacrifice, every yes when it hurt, every time you chose faith over fear was counted. I never missed one. This check is not random. It's a harvest, a divine return, a sacred deposit straight from my heart to yours. But you must say yes now, not later, not after another delay. Now. There are people connected to your destiny who are waiting on this release. That's why this is so serious. That's why Jesus is begging you to listen, because if you miss this moment, they miss it too. The chain reaction of blessings begins with your yes. When you receive this miracle, others around you will rise. Your family, your community, your children's children. It all starts here. That's why the enemy wanted you to scroll past. That's why your phone froze. That's why doubt suddenly whispered, "This isn't real." Because he knows it is. I will say it again. The check was worth 7 trillion, not in money alone, but in heaven's currency. The kind that multiplies peace in chaos. The kind that gives answers in confusion. The kind that heals bodies without medicine, restores families with no therapy, and opens doors you didn't knock on. The kind of breakthrough that turns skeptics into believers. But your spiritual bank returned it, stamped, unclaimed. Not because you weren't chosen, but because you weren't ready. That's what Jesus is pleading for now. For your readiness. This is not a moment for shame. This is a moment for surrender, for faith, for wide-eyed belief in the God who parts seas, raises the dead, and multiplies what you call small. I have done more with less. I have moved mountains for those with mustard seed faith. What makes you think I would ignore you? What makes you think this check was a mistake? My child, I do not draft heavenly promises by accident. I wrote this with you in mind, with your cries in my ears, with your name on my lips. If you have ever felt like you're one step away from breakthrough but never reach it, this is why. The miracle was sent, but your belief system bounced it back. You were trained to expect almost. But I came to give you more than enough. You've been settling for survival, but I created you for overflow. You've been taught to think small, dream safe, pray quiet. But I want to bless you loud, bless you wide, bless you in a way that not even your enemies can deny. Can you trust me now? Is it possible to attract money by simply speaking some miraculous words? This 9-word script, verified by Harvard and 6 neuroscience labs, proves you absolutely can. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. It takes less than 30 seconds. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. Let this be the moment that flips the switch, that unlocks the vault, that says, God, I receive, fully, freely, finally. Heaven is watching, Jesus is interceding, angels are on standby. The miracle is still in transit. All I need now is your agreement, not your perfection, not your credentials, just your faith. And if you're willing, truly willing, I will deposit what no man can steal. Like this video if you feel that breakthrough stirring deep inside you right now. Let your heart shout louder than your fears. Let your faith outrun your doubt. You've come too far to miss this moment. This is not a random word. This is the release. Not everyone will understand it. Not everyone is supposed to. But you know, you feel it. This was meant for you. I need you to hold on to that knowing, that whisper that says, this is it. Because it is. I saw how easily people's opinions could break your spirit. That's why I held it back. Not to punish you, but to strengthen you. Because the 7 trillion miracle I'm sending can't be handled by shaky faith. It needs roots. It needs a heart that knows how to hold glory without letting pride take over. And now, I see you're ready. You didn't think you were. You've questioned yourself too much. But I haven't. I never doubted the treasure I placed inside you. I never once looked away. When you were crying alone, thinking no one noticed the pain behind your smile. I was there. When you worshipped me with a broken heart, I saw it. When you gave out of your little, hoping I would notice, I did. Every single act of quiet obedience stacked up in heaven like bricks of gold. This miracle you almost missed, it was built by your faithfulness. This is your harvest. It has your fingerprints all over it. Don't let the voice of the accuser convince you that you are unworthy. That voice has lied to you long enough. It told you you'd always be behind. It whispered that nothing good lasts for you. It mocked your prayers when they didn't seem to work. But I want you to know this. I heard every word, even the ones you couldn't speak out loud, even the ones soaked in tears. That's why this blessing is so massive. It's an answer to years of silent faith, years of choosing me in the dark, years of staying when it felt easier to run. I'm not just rewarding your patience, I'm redeeming your pain. The rejection you felt wasn't a closed door, it was a redirection. You thought people walking away meant you lost something. But really, I was clearing the room for the right ones to enter. You prayed for peace, so I removed the chaos. You prayed for clarity, so I exposed the false connections. I didn't take things to hurt you. I removed what couldn't stay where you're going. This miracle check, this 7 trillion deposit, it's not just about what I'm giving. It's about what I've already cleared out so it can arrive untouched. I'm protecting your promise. I know it's hard to trust again. You've seen so many false starts. So many times you thought the breakthrough was coming, only to watch it fade. But this time is not like the others. This moment is different. You feel it deep in your spirit, don't you? That quiet knowing that something is shifting, that I'm closer than ever. That's not your imagination. That's the Holy Spirit confirming what heaven has already released. Let your faith rise again. I am not a man that I should lie. If I said the blessing is coming, it is. It's not a tease. It's a promise. It's sealed. Comment 333 right now if you declare your faith is alive again, that you are ready to believe, no matter how long it's been. You may feel tired, but you're not empty. You may feel overlooked, but you're still chosen. My hand is still on your life. And when I release something with your name on it, no one else can claim it. That's why this miracle didn't go to someone else. It's yours. It was never meant for another. Even when it was returned, I didn't reassign it. I held it. Jesus held it, waiting on your yes, waiting on your heart to say, I still believe. And now that you're here, now that you've opened your heart again, I am sending it back. The delivery has been reactivated. But hear me, child. This isn't just about receiving. It's about responsibility. This kind of blessing will attract eyes. It will stir jealousy. It will wake up warfare. But don't be afraid. I will protect you. I will shield you. What I give, I guard. You don't have to fight for it. Just stay under my covering. Keep walking with me. Stay humble. Stay close. The same God who gives the miracle is the God who protects it. I will not leave you exposed. The 7 trillion miracle is more than numbers. It's a spiritual transfer. Heaven's favor poured out. New strength for your body. A fresh fire in your spirit. Wisdom for your next decisions. Clarity where there was confusion. I am rebuilding what was broken in secret. I am answering the questions you were afraid to ask. The ones about your future, your purpose, your worth. I have not just been listening, I've been writing the answers. And now I'm placing them in your hands, wrapped in a blessing so large you'll have no doubt who it came from. Don't let your past talk you out of it. Don't let your history disqualify you from what I'm doing now. You are not your mistakes. You are not the failures you've survived. You are my child, my creation, my chosen vessel. And I delight in blessing you. I am not doing this reluctantly. I'm doing it joyfully. I'm not just meeting your need, I'm exceeding it, because that's who I am. The God of more than enough. The God who still parts seas and multiplies loaves. The God who sees you when no one else does. And today, I see you. If you can believe this with your whole heart, comment 555 to agree in faith. To say, God, I'm ready to receive what you've already prepared for me. What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150 million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Even when it felt like you were walking through fire, I was in the fire with you. Even when it felt like you were sinking, I was the hand pulling you up. My presence has never left you for a moment. That's why this miracle is still yours. That's why the check has not been shredded. I kept it. I protected it. I waited for you. You have to understand, this blessing was prepared long before the pain. I had already signed the release before the trials even began. I saw every obstacle, every heartbreak, every moment of confusion, but none of it stopped what I had written for you. You think the delay meant denial, but I see the delay as divine positioning. Every detour was a setup. Every moment that felt like loss was planting seeds for this very miracle. I don't waste anything, child. Not your tears, not your waiting, not even your mistakes. I turn everything for good. Everything. There is a reason you've been under pressure. Pressure comes before birthing. You were not being crushed. You were being pressed so that the oil I placed inside you could flow. And now that the pressing has passed, the release is coming. This 7 trillion miracle isn't about luxury, it's about legacy. I'm not just blessing you to bless you, I'm establishing something through you. Something that will last. Something your children will walk in. Something your enemies will witness. You've cried for breakthrough, but what I'm giving is bigger than that. This is overflow. You must prepare your heart to receive what you've never seen before. That means letting go of small thinking. That means releasing every lie that told you you were unworthy, unqualified, or too late. Nothing can block what I've ordained. No voice, no system, no curse, no man, not even your own doubts. My purpose will prevail. When I say yes, no one can say no. This is not just a second chance. This is a divine reset, a heavenly override. I am rewriting the script of your life right now, in real time. And what's coming next won't look anything like what came before. Comment 1212 if your spirit feels this shift. If you believe God is making a new way, even now. You need to know that you are still highly favored. Yes, you've been through pain, but you've also been chosen. Do you know how rare that is? To be chosen by the Creator of the universe to carry glory on earth. I didn't choose you because you were perfect. I chose you because I saw your heart. I saw your willingness. I saw how you worshipped when everything was falling apart. I saw how you kept going when others gave up. I saw you, and I said, that's the one I can trust with this. The battle over your life has been so intense because the weight of this miracle is so great. The enemy wouldn't be fighting you this hard if the blessing wasn't real. He knows what I'm about to do in your life. That's why he's tried to shut down your hope, silence your praise, and cloud your vision. But no scheme formed against you can prosper. You are covered, you are protected, and every lie that's been spoken over your life is being broken right now. I am exposing what's been hiding. I am healing what's been wounded. I am restoring what's been lost. You're not stepping into a normal season. You're stepping into a supernatural one. What I'm about to do in your life will not make sense in earthly terms. Doors will open without explanation. People will favor you without knowing why. Resources will find you. Opportunities will call your name. And it won't be luck. It will be me, my hand, my timing, my power, because I reward those who seek me. And you've sought me through pain, through loss, through disappointment. You didn't quit. You didn't walk away. And now I'm showing you what happens when you hold on. Don't let this moment slip away. Don't get distracted now. Don't scroll into something that will rob you of the faith I just stirred in you. This is a holy interruption, a divine pause in your day, your week, your life, because I'm serious about this miracle. I'm not dangling hope in front of you like a tease. I am offering you the real thing. You just have to believe again. Believe big, believe boldly, believe like you have nothing left to lose. Because the only thing that will stop this blessing from being delivered is unbelief. I've already dealt with the systems that tried to hold you back. I've already silenced the voices that tried to block your blessing. I've already assigned angels to guard the path. All I need now is your agreement. Your yes. Your trust. Can you give me that? Even when you don't see it yet? Even when you still feel tired? I promise you. I'm not asking you to pretend. I'm asking you to believe. Even mustard seed faith is enough. Comment 777 if you're choosing faith over fear in this moment. If you're ready to walk in what I've prepared for you, let me tell you this too. There's nothing ordinary about you. You've always felt different. Not because something was wrong with you, but because something is right. You've been marked, set apart. That's why you never fit in the boxes they tried to place you in. That's why you always felt the tug of something greater. That was me, calling you higher, calling you deeper. And now, I'm calling you into the fulfillment of everything I promised. You don't need to explain it to anyone. You don't need their permission to believe. You only need my word, and I've already spoken it. The check is still here, still signed, still yours. The delay didn't cancel the promise, it only deepened your roots. And now you're ready to carry what I've always wanted to give you. You've survived the test, you've made it through the wilderness. And now, I'm parting the sea in front of you. I'm not asking you to understand how, I'm asking you to walk through it with your eyes on me, because what's ahead of you is far greater than everything behind. Why are neuroscientists obsessed with a 9-word sentence? Because this sentence, spoken once a day, is turning financial stress into sudden blessings. More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. The results are so powerful, some believe it's divine. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. There were moments you almost gave up. Don't think I didn't see them. Don't think I wasn't there when the tears fell and no one noticed. You wanted to be strong, but you were exhausted. You smiled for others while breaking inside. You prayed even when your faith was running low. And I want you to know it wasn't in vain. Every hidden struggle was a seed. Every silent cry was a prayer. And now the rain is coming, not to drown you, but to water what's about to grow in your life. The check being rejected wasn't your failure, it was your setup. I allowed the delay not to hurt you, but to teach you. Because what's coming will require a stronger version of you, a deeper, more rooted, more trusting you. And that's exactly who you are now. Don't let the enemy make you believe otherwise. You're not behind. You're not too late. You're not forgotten. You are right where I need you to be, in the exact moment I designed, standing in the center of a miracle that is now ready to drop from heaven into your life. Comment 999 if you know in your spirit this timing is divine, and this is your confirmation. The voices around you may not understand the magnitude of what's happening. That's okay. This is between you and me. When I bless, I don't take votes. I don't run it by others. I bless whom I choose. And I've chosen you, not because of your record, but because of your surrender. Not because you got everything right, but because you still kept your heart pointed toward me when things went wrong. That matters to me. I see the sincerity behind your imperfect steps, and I honor that with favor man can't manufacture. The reason the enemy has attacked your mind so much is because your breakthrough is mental before it's visible. He knows if he can convince you that it's not coming, you'll reject it yourself. But I'm breaking that lie today. I'm silencing that inner critic. I'm lifting the heavy fog that's made it hard to see clearly. I'm restoring your clarity, your vision, your focus, because you need to see what I see when I look at you. I see strength, I see light, I see purpose, I see someone ready to carry glory. You're not just walking into answered prayer, you're walking into restoration. The years that felt wasted, I'm redeeming them. The doors that shut in your face, I'm opening better ones. The betrayals that tried to break you, I'm turning them into breakthroughs. I don't let my children suffer without purpose, and I don't allow loss without promise on the other side. I am not just restoring what was lost, I'm multiplying it. You thought you were surviving, but I was preparing you for abundance. You need to hear this clearly. Your story is not over. You're not too far gone. It's not too late for you. In fact, you're just getting started. Everything up to this point was training, and now the door is open. The delivery is rerouted. The check is back in my hands, and Jesus is watching for your faith. Don't look around at your circumstances, look up, because what I am about to release will not match what you've seen, it will exceed it. Comment 1010 if you're expecting more than what you lost. If you believe I can give you better than what you prayed for. Some of you have been asking why it's taken so long, why the promise seemed so close, then slipped away. The truth is, I wasn't just preparing the miracle for you, I was preparing you for the miracle. I care more about who you're becoming than what you're getting, because I want you to carry this blessing without it crushing you. I want you to stand in this abundance with a humble, grateful heart. I want you to walk in this favor without forgetting the one who gave it. That's why the process took time. But it's time now. I know what you've endured. I know what you've kept hidden. The quiet battles in your mind, the things you didn't tell anyone about, the moments you were tempted to give up entirely. And I also know how you kept showing up. You kept seeking me. You didn't stop praying. That matters more than you know. That's what moved my heart. That's what delayed the return of the check. Not because I was unsure, but because Jesus said, "They're still fighting. Give them what they need." And now here we are. At the moment of release, I am not looking for perfect people. I'm looking for willing ones. Hearts that say yes. Spirits that dare to believe again. If that's you, don't hold back. Lift your eyes. Lift your hope. This is not another emotional moment. This is the shift. This is the release. This is the yes from heaven that you've been waiting on. And I, the Lord your God, say, it is done. Keep your eyes open, your spirit sensitive. You will see signs in the coming days. Little confirmations, unexpected favor, moments of peace that don't make sense. That's how you'll know the release is happening. And when it does, stay close to me. Let your praise be louder than your fear. Let your faith be stronger than the doubt around you. Because what I'm doing next in your life won't just bless you, it will overflow to those connected to you. Your obedience is unlocking doors for others. You've been looking around at what's missing, but I am the one who fills every empty space. The reason I'm speaking to you now, the reason I've sent this again, is because heaven refuses to let you miss what's yours. Jesus himself stood in the way of the return, pleading for the deposit to be held just a little longer. And that's what this moment is, your extension, your rescue from the grip of delay. I have seen what has been trying to crush your hope, the doubts you don't speak out loud, the memories that rise in the night, the quiet thoughts that tell you you're behind, forgotten, not enough. I see those, and I silence them now, because they are not from me. I don't speak in shame. I don't build through guilt. I call you by your name, not your failure. I formed you with purpose. I planted promises inside of you that no demon in hell can uproot. You are not broken beyond repair. You are being rebuilt for glory. This banned wealth signal was hidden in a government vault for over 70 years until now. It's a simple 9-word brain trigger used by elites to attract unlimited money while the rest of the world struggles. But the moment too many people see this, it could be deleted. Click the link in the description and comments before it's taken down forever. This miracle was always meant to carry weight. That's why it's been fought so hard. This was never about just money, comfort, or ease. This was about your position, your influence, your assignment. When this check is deposited into your life, things shift, chains break, cycles end, generational curses collapse. That's why you've been in such a battle, because what's coming to you will not stay with just you. It will spill over. Others will feel the impact of your obedience. Comment 1515 if you're ready to break every generational barrier and walk into what heaven already approved for your life. You must understand this. I didn't send this check to give you a temporary fix. I sent it to establish something lasting. This blessing is about foundation. It's about setting things in order, building something solid, something I can expand through you. Your life is meant to be a beacon, a living example of what happens when someone trusts me completely. So yes, this will include increase. Yes, this will bring favor. But more than that, this will release identity. This will confirm who you really are. You've gone through seasons where you questioned your value, where you measured your worth by your results, where you believed that if things weren't working, you must have done something wrong. But I need you to see now my love is not based on your performance, it's based on my covenant. I chose you, knowing everything about you. I saw the flaws, I saw the fears, I saw the wounds, and I still said yes. I still said, that one is mine. The rejection of this check wasn't a punishment, it was a pause, a divine moment to adjust your heart before the deposit arrives, because what's coming is weighty. If you receive it without the maturity to carry it, it can crush you. But now you've grown, now you've been refined. You don't see the world the way you used to, you pray differently, you forgive faster, you discern deeper. That's why I'm sending this miracle again, because now you're ready. This blessing is not for display, it's for impact. I'm blessing your hands so that others can be fed. I'm restoring your peace so that you can lead others to hope. I'm expanding your territory because your influence will shift atmospheres. You may feel small, but I've placed something mighty inside of you. I never needed you to be loud. I needed you to be willing, and you are. Comment 1717 if you know this blessing isn't just for you, but for everything and everyone connected to your life. You've been faithful in the small. You've given when it hurt. You've loved when it wasn't returned. You've trusted when nothing made sense. And I saw all of it. Nothing was wasted. I store every act of faith. Every time you said yes to me in private, I marked it. And now I'm about to reward you publicly, not for applause, but so that the world sees what I do with those who trust me in the shadows. Your story is about to turn into a testimony. There are some things I allowed to fall apart, not to punish you, but to clear the path. You would have settled in the wrong place, attached to the wrong people, built your future on the wrong foundation. So I stepped in. I broke the connections that couldn't carry your calling. I shut the doors that would have led to distraction. I protected your purpose by removing what looked promising but wasn't from me. You thought I was taking from you, but I was actually saving you. And now, the doors I'm opening are the ones no man can shut. These doors won't require you to beg, prove, or pretend. They'll open by my Spirit, with favor, with clarity, with peace. Because this is not a reward for perfection. It's a release tied to obedience. And you've obeyed me, even when it was costly, even when it made no sense. And I'm faithful to honor that. You are not behind. The delay has not damaged the plan. The return of this check is right on time. My timing is never late. It may feel slow to your heart, but it's always right for your future. I'm not just moving pieces. I'm building a masterpiece. And when it all comes together, you'll understand why certain things had to take the time they did. This is your moment to agree with heaven, to say yes with your whole heart, to lift your hands in surrender and say, God, I trust you again. And when you do, when your faith connects with my promise, you will feel it. The release, the peace, the shift, because I move when my people believe. But I want you to know, I didn't skip you. I preserved you. I held you back, not to deny you, but to protect what I was building in you. Because when I release something of this magnitude, I do it at the right time, in the right season, through a heart that can carry the weight without being destroyed by it. You've been in the shadows. You've been hidden, not because you were forgotten, but because I was preparing you in silence, in solitude, in storms. I was sharpening your spirit, deepening your roots, teaching you to trust me without applause, without approval, without proof. And now that your roots have gone deep, your fruit will rise high. What's about to happen in your life will come suddenly, but it's been forming quietly for years. Nothing was wasted, nothing was lost. Everything is about to make sense. You wondered why the pain had to come in waves, why you were stripped of what you thought you needed, why certain people walked away, and now you will see it. None of them were meant to carry this miracle with you. They couldn't go where I'm taking you. They couldn't handle what I'm pouring into your life. Some blessings require separation. Some miracles come with goodbyes. It hurt you then, but it's freeing you now. Because I am clearing the space for what's next. The check you almost lost is returning, and it needs room to land. Comment Amen if you receive that this space clearing season was preparation, not punishment. Can just saying 9 words daily actually make money flow into your life? A top neuroscientist says yes, and the FBI accidentally confirmed it. This forgotten prayer is now transforming ordinary people into debt-free and financially free for life. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. My child, you are about to walk into places you never thought possible. You're about to see answers come from directions you never imagined. I am doing something so unexpected, so divine, that even you will ask, how did this happen? And I will remind you it happened because I promised. It happened because heaven does not operate on fear, doubt, or deadlines. I do not rush to impress man. I move when your heart is ready, not when the world says it's time. You've looked around and seen others seemingly flourish while you struggled, but you don't know what's going on beneath their surface. What I have for you is different. Custom, personal, tailored to your calling. The blessing I am sending you isn't a copy, it's a creation. It's designed with your name, your pain, your faith, and your purpose woven into every piece of it. That's why the enemy tried so hard to block it. That's why your own thoughts became your battlefield. Because the enemy knows if you receive this, nothing can stop the move of God in your life. This is not the time to hesitate. This is the time to step forward with full faith. Faith that doesn't need to see the whole picture. Faith that says, God, even if it still hurts, I believe you haven't changed your mind, because I haven't. I don't revoke what I promised. I don't cancel destinies. I don't withhold blessing from those who walk with me, even when they're limping. If I called you, I equipped you. If I equipped you, I will send you. If I send you, I will go before you. You will not do this alone. Comment 222 if you trust that God is still leading, even when you don't understand the path. The check is not just a symbol of a gift. It is heaven's proof that your name has been approved for divine release. When I said blessing, I meant overflow. When I said miracle, I meant undeniable breakthrough. This is not something you will have to explain. It will speak for itself, and it will silence every lie that was spoken about you. Those who questioned your calling will see what I've placed on your life. Those who doubted your anointing will watch my hand lift you, not out of pride, but so that my glory is revealed through your life. I am not interested in impressing people. I am interested in transforming you. And this next season will not just bring change, it will bring transformation. The old version of you will not survive what I'm pouring into you. The fear-driven, self-doubting, approval-seeking you is being left behind. I am raising up the bold, faith-filled, mountain-moving version of you because you are needed. There are places only your voice can reach. People only your story can impact. Chains that only your breakthrough can shatter. I didn't just write you into the story, I wrote the story around you. You've spent too long letting your past define your expectations. But I am not limited by what you've been through. I'm not bound by what hurt you. I specialize in redemption. I turn graves into gardens. I turn trauma into triumph. I turn delay into divine timing. What you thought was the end was just the middle. And what looked like rejection was redirection into something higher. Don't look back. Don't replay what didn't work. Don't mourn what I removed. Instead, open your hands, lift your head, expect again, believe again, because the deposit is coming. It's on its way. The angels have not turned back. The gates of heaven have not closed. Jesus is still advocating for you. He's still saying, "They're ready, Father. Their heart is open. Let it be done." I heard the ones you spoke through tears. I caught the ones you said in your mind when your heart was too broken to speak. Heaven has never been deaf to your pain. That's why this miracle was created. That's why this blessing still has your name on it. Because I never stopped listening. I never stopped moving. Even when you couldn't see it, you kept asking, "Why is it so hard?" And the answer is simple. Because what I'm about to place in your hands is holy. It's heavy with purpose. It's soaked in heaven's favor. The enemy wasn't fighting your now, he was terrified of your next. He knew if you made it through this part, nothing could stop what would follow. But you made it. You're still here, you're still breathing, still believing, and because you endured, the reward will be greater than the suffering. What's coming will make sense of everything you had to survive to get here. You didn't imagine the miracle. You weren't being foolish when you felt something great was meant for you. That was me confirming what I planted in you long ago. And even when you doubted it, even when you tried to let it go, it stayed. Because you were born for it. You were chosen to carry it. And now that the refining has done its work, now that the pruning has produced strength, I'm ready to release it again. This time, it won't slip away. This time, the deposit will be received. Comment 333 if you are ready to declare your faith and receive the miracle fully this time. This is not about hype. This is not about emotion. This is about covenant. I made a covenant with you that I would never leave you, never forsake you, and never break my word. And I have not. The pain may have screamed louder than my promises, but my word was still there, whispering, holding, protecting. That's why your mind didn't break. That's why you didn't drown in fear. Because I covered you. Even when you didn't feel me, I was there. Even when you thought I was silent, I was planning your comeback. I want you to hear this clearly. Your name is not associated with failure in heaven. It's associated with endurance, with faith, with resilience. The enemy called you broken, but I call you bold. He tried to label you weak, but I call you chosen. You are not defined by what left you, who hurt you, or what didn't work. You are defined by the one who formed you. And I formed you with purpose, with power, with heaven's DNA inside your spirit. You are stepping into the season where everything starts aligning, not because life is suddenly perfect, but because you finally realize you don't need everything to be perfect to be blessed. You're learning to walk by faith, not by sight. To speak what I said, not what you see. That's why this blessing will land this time. Because now, you're ready to receive it without questioning whether you deserve it. You've stopped trying to earn it, and you're finally willing to embrace it. I'm not blessing you because you're strong. I'm blessing you because you're mine. Comment 1111. If you believe that what God has prepared is more powerful than what you've been through. Why are 55 countries using the same mysterious money script? Because a leaked research file just exposed a 9-word pattern that activates wealth-attracting pathways in the brain. Repeat it daily, and watch money flow like water into your life. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You've been walking through a battlefield, but I've been walking with you. Every fiery dart thrown at you was deflected by my hand. Every weapon formed against you was dismantled before it hit. That's why you made it through what should have taken you out. That's why your joy is still alive, even if it flickers sometimes. I've been preserving your soul, keeping you whole, even when everything around you felt broken. The 7 trillion miracle is not just about material restoration. It's a spiritual awakening. It's heaven saying, enough delay. It's my signature on the next chapter of your life. It's my seal over your name, saying, this one belongs to me. I'm not interested in temporary fixes. I'm releasing something that will remain, something that establishes you, something that confirms every promise I made in the quiet seasons. Do you see now why it was fought so hard? Why the rejection happened at the gate of breakthrough? Because hell knew if you got your hands on what I prepared, it wouldn't just change your life, it would change generations. And it will. Because what I pour out on you now will overflow. It will spill into your family, into your finances, into your calling, into your atmosphere. There will be no area of your life untouched by my presence. That's how big this is. You didn't ask for this battle, but you were built for it. And now, the season of battle is giving way to the season of blessing. You can lay your sword down. The fight is shifting. You don't need to strive to earn it anymore. You only need to believe and walk in it. Let me fight the rest. Let me handle what's been too heavy for you. You've done your part. Now watch me do mine. You are not standing here by chance. This is not coincidence. This is alignment. This is timing. This is a divine appointment between your obedience and my overflow. Heaven has waited for this moment. And now it's here. The check is back in front of you. Jesus is still interceding. The angels are still positioned. And I'm waiting for your yes. Not a forced yes, Not a fearful yes. A full, surrendered, trusting yes. The throne room is watching. And Jesus, your intercessor, is still holding the check that was rejected once but not again. You need to understand the weight of this. You were one decision away from missing it. One more delay, one more distraction, one more ounce of doubt, and the deposit would have been returned permanently. But because of grace, because of divine mercy, the miracle is still here. Still waiting, still yours. I didn't choose you because of your strength. I chose you in your weakness to show my strength through you. I'm not looking for the perfect vessel. I'm looking for the surrendered one. And that's you. You've been through enough that you've learned how to lean on me, not yourself. That's what I needed. Not pride, not independence, but dependence. A heart that says, God, I can't do this without you. That's the heart I bless. That's the posture that opens the floodgates of heaven. Comment 777 if your heart is fully open to receive now, without fear or hesitation. Some of you have been looking for signs, asking God, if this is really for me, confirm it. This is the confirmation. This is the sign you've been waiting for. That stirring you feel in your chest right now, that's not emotion. That's your spirit recognizing my voice. That's your soul waking up to what heaven is releasing. This moment was divinely orchestrated to reach you before it was too late. I knew where you'd be, what you'd be thinking, how close you were to giving up, and I sent this right on time. The 7 trillion miracle is not just about increase, it's about evidence. Evidence of my hand, evidence of my promise, evidence that I never left you. When people ask how it happened, you won't have an explanation rooted in logic. You'll just say, God did it. And they'll know it's true because nothing else could explain the turnaround. You've been walking in the dark long enough. Now I'm turning the light on. Not a flicker, a flood. The kind of light that exposes lies, heals wounds, restores direction, and reveals just how close your miracle really is. You've tried to shrink yourself to fit into places I never assigned you to. You've minimized your voice, your dreams, your calling, because others couldn't handle the size of what I placed inside you. But I'm telling you now, you don't have to hide anymore. You don't have to lower your faith to make others comfortable. I didn't give you a small calling. I gave you something weighty, something heaven-sized, and I'm calling it out of you. You're not behind. You're not invisible. You are seen, known, called, anointed. There will be people who don't understand why this blessing has come to you. Let them wonder. You don't need their approval. You already have mine. I've seen your nights of silence, your days of pushing through. I've seen the moments you've encouraged others while secretly praying for your own breakthrough, and I'm honoring that now. You gave when you had little. You loved when you were hurting. You kept walking when you didn't know where the path was leading. That's what made heaven move. That's what drew my hand. Comment 555 if you believe that every hidden sacrifice is now turning into visible favor. The season of almost is over, almost healed, almost free, almost stable, almost there. I'm breaking the cycle of almost and releasing the fullness. No more close calls, no more halfway breakthroughs. What I'm doing in your life now will be complete. It will be whole. It will be overflowing. Because I'm not a God of half measures. When I pour until it runs over. And that's exactly what's coming. What secret did the FBI hide about your brain and money? They discovered a phrase, just 9 words long, that flips a switch in your mind to attract wealth without effort. It's already changed the lives of thousands of people in just weeks. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. You've seen the enemy trying to stir confusion, trying to resurrect old pain, trying to convince you that this is just another false hope. That's his last effort to make you forfeit the miracle before it lands. He's afraid of your yes, afraid of your surrender, afraid of your alignment with heaven, because he knows what I'm about to place in your hands will set off a chain reaction of blessing. He knows your obedience will unlock things for others. So he tries to distract, but he's too late. Because now your eyes are open, your faith is rising, and your yes is louder than your fear. Let me tell you something you may have forgotten. There is power in your agreement. When you agree with what heaven is saying, things begin to shift. When your spirit says, yes, to my timing, doors open, chains fall, the spiritual atmosphere bends to my will. And right now, all I'm looking for is your agreement. That quiet, personal, genuine yes. That moment of release where you stop trying to control the outcome and let me be God. You don't have to understand how it's going to happen. You only need to know who's behind it. I'm not asking you to work for it. I'm asking you to believe me for it. This is not the season to strive, it's the season to receive. Not through pride, but through trust. This isn't about deserving, it's about being positioned. And your heart is in the right position now. The rejection of the check wasn't final, it was a test of readiness. And Jesus stood in the gap, not to shame you, but to shield your promise until your heart was strong enough to carry it. That's what love looks like. He didn't let the miracle go back to heaven. He covered it, guarded it, held it in his hands and said, I know they're not giving up. I know they're still believing. I know they're almost there. And now, here you are, almost no longer. You are ready. You're not receiving this miracle just because you want it. You're receiving it because it's time, because it's been written, because heaven has waited long enough. This is the delivery moment. This is the release. Don't let doubt creep in and cancel it again. Don't let fear whisper its lies. Stand firm, lift your eyes, and get ready. You are who I created you to be. And that person, the real you, the one I formed in the secret place, is about to rise. The miracle you're about to receive will not just prove my faithfulness, it will reveal your identity. Not the version shaped by pain, but the one shaped by my promises. You don't need to defend yourself anymore. You don't need to convince anyone of your worth. What I'm releasing in your life will speak for itself. The 7 trillion miracle is more than a blessing, it's a restoration of everything that was stripped from you in the battle. Your peace, your voice, your vision, your joy, I'm giving it all back. Not piece by piece, but all at once. And when it comes, you will remember why I made you wait. You will understand why I closed doors, delayed answers, and redirected your path. It wasn't to hurt you. It was to protect what I was building in you. You have no idea how close this is. The next 24 hours, the next few days, will carry more spiritual weight than entire years of your past. Because I'm shifting things quickly now. You'll wake up and something will feel different. A burden lifted, a clarity returned, a sudden open door. This is how I move when the heart is ready. I don't need months to fix what's been broken. I need one moment, and this is that moment. The second your faith aligns with my word, heaven responds. Comment 1010 if you believe your shift is already in motion and your release is happening now. There's been a storm over your life, and I allowed it for a reason. Storms teach what sunshine never could. Storms reveal what's rooted and what's not. And you've been rooted in me, even when the winds blew hard. That's why you're still standing. That's why the enemy failed. He tried to break you, but instead, I used the pressure to make you stronger. Every time you could have quit but chose to trust me instead, something in the spirit shifted. You couldn't see it, but heaven took notice. And now, I'm rewarding that kind of faith. Your story is not ending in struggle, it's beginning in strength. I'm rewriting the ending the enemy tried to assign you. You were not born to live in fear, in cycles of disappointment, in barely enough. You were created to reign, to overflow, to walk in peace. I paid too high a price for you to live beneath what I promised. Jesus didn't shed his blood for you to live defeated. He fought for this miracle. He fought for you. And now the reward is being released. You may have gotten used to loss, but I'm about to teach you how to carry favor. You may have spent years waiting, but now you'll spend years building on what I place in your hands. This isn't a moment of hype. This is the fulfillment of holy plans. Heaven has remembered you. The same way I remembered Noah in the ark, Joseph in the prison, Ruth in the field, and David in the cave, I have remembered you. I did not forget the promises I whispered in your spirit years ago. And now, I'm bringing them back to life. Comment 1212 if you believe God is breathing life back into the promises you almost gave up on. You are not too broken. You are not too late. You are not too far behind. What I am doing in your life is going to restore years in days. I am not limited by time. I am the God who holds time, and I say now is the time. The miracle was delayed, yes, but only to prepare your heart to carry it. You couldn't receive it then, but you can now. And that changes everything. A neuroscientist says yes. A 9-word script, long buried in government files, can fire up a prehistoric brainwave that pulls money in faster. This breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You've been faithful in private, and now I'm about to bless you in public. The very people who overlooked you will witness the overflow, not to shame them, but to show them what my hand looks like. You don't have to explain anything. Just walk in what I give you. Let them see what happens when someone chooses faith over fear. Your life will be the proof that I still do the impossible. There are places I'm sending you that your past could never reach. Relationships I'm restoring that your pain couldn't fix. Dreams I'm resurrecting that your fear tried to bury. This is resurrection season. The grave is empty, and so is the weight you've been carrying. I'm removing it. You won't carry what isn't yours anymore. You won't be weighed down by fear, shame, or false responsibility. You're walking light into this next chapter. You're walking free. The angels who held the check back before are now on their way again. But this time, they're not turning around. This time, they'll find the door wide open. Faith open, heart open, spirit expectant. This time, the miracle is landing. Not returned, not rejected, received.